Alright, welcome to day 31 of Mastering Astral Projection. We're doing the same exercises as yesterday. The difference being the last exercise is going downstairs. So imagine that you are in a stairwell with incredibly high walls on both sides of the staircase itself. The staircase is rather steep and you're descending. You can count the stairs if you want to, or you can just go down the stairs watching the walls go up as your steps go down. Try to feel each step beneath your feet as you're descending, and see if you can get that feeling in your body that you're going down steps. Feel the pelvis have that little shake and rock as you move down each step. Feel the hips moving side to side. Just try and be there as much as you can with the feeling of your body. I had a very interesting experience this morning I wanted to share with you. I was awake at about 5:30 this morning, and I decided that I was going to take that time to practice. So I didn't really feel like doing all of the techniques. So I chose the stirring and manipulation of the primary energy centers, complete with the sponging up to each energy center. And I was wearing earplugs because, and I know we talked about sensory deprivation, but I don't sleep well without them. So I was wearing earplugs. Now the thing that's interesting about earplugs is that you can really hear yourself breathe. So I had this very audible sound of breath going in my consciousness. I started to focus in the third eye area, which is not really a technique that Robert Bruce talks about, but Samuel Sagan, who I've talked about, is a proponent for activating the third eye to be breathing into that area. And what happens is you get these people, I've heard of lots of different reactions that people have when looking into the third eye. Mine, in particular, was this time was clouds, lots of purple and green clouds, kind of falling on top of each other. And then every so often, in the middle of one of the clouds would be this incredibly lucid, vibrant light, kind of in a squiggle. And I would focus on that, and the more that I focused on it, the deeper I went. Now, I don't know if you've come across another video by a guy named Ryan. He explains his astral projection techniques, and his technique is to use a candle flame and then to after staring at the candle flame for like 5 to 8 minutes, you close your eyes and you have the residual after image of the candle flame in your awareness, and you follow that candle flame into a tunnel, and then it brings you out into a field of stars. I've played around with that a little bit, but what I was more interested in was the experience of watching the clouds and and observing, being with the those lucid, vibrant squiggles of light. And the more I did this, the more powerful it became. Now, I think at this point I was using some affirmations, telling myself that I was astral projecting, and that I was moving out of my body, etc. What I found actually was when I did that, I may have been activating the mental realm and my thinking mind a little bit too much, because I noticed that when I started doing that, the clouds would dissipate and the vibrancy of the experience would dissipate. One of the other things was that when I had another experience, which this was very interesting. I felt like a wave of electricity washed over me. It started from the top of my head and went down through my face, neck, in the upper part of my torso and through my arms. It was really powerful. It was kind of like somebody had dumped a bucket of cold water on me, except that it wasn't cold, it was warm. And but it had the same kind of shock associated with it, and it was powerful. And Robert Bruce hasn't really talked about that sort of experience yet in the book, but in other things that I've read by him and other writers, they all talk about um, these exit feelings, and that's one of the feelings that comes over you is this sensation that I'm describing. Now, that got me excited. So I got excited and I started, thinking, oh, I'm really onto it. But the more energy that I gave that, the less I had the visual imagery associated with what was going on, and I felt like I lost my depth. So we had talked about emotions before. So save the emotion for when you are astral projecting and need to bring the astral memory back into your body as you're re-entering your body. Other than that, don't try to feel emotion. Just let everything be. Another thing that was happening to me was I was feeling some of the spider web, cobweb feeling in my nose. That was also something I needed to ignore. So all these things that happen, try to be in the place of the objective observer and don't get caught up in your emotion or excitation, and don't get into the thinking mind about using affirmations or anything like that. Just try to be one with the breath. Focus on the breath. That's really important. And I don't know about staying in the third eye. Like I said, I've read quite a bit of Robert's stuff, and he never really talks about that from what I can recall. Maybe it'll come up in the book. We're only at day 31. I'm not sure. But that was working for me really well. So, I think that's it for me. Have a good night.